What's up guys, it's Oblivious Gamer here, and well, we had a state of play today where Sony showcased. We got to see Resident Evil 4 remake, a bunch of PSVR 2 announcements, Final Fantasy 16 gameplay, Street Fighter 6, everything was really cool and exciting. Now in this video, I will talk about a game that caught a bit my eye. And it's called Eternights, if I'm saying it correctly. I feel the trailer was a mix of anime, which looked really good, and the gameplay also looked kind of fun. As I was getting ready to write this video, I was looking about the game, and I saw it was described as a dating action game. Now, before I continue, if you like the content, don't forget to subscribe. So apparently the developers behind this is Studio Psy. So far I haven't found any games that they have developed, so that's a big thing to consider. They are a newish studio, I guess, at least from what I could find. So they haven't had a big project. So far, they of course have announced Eternights, which is a dating action game for the PlayStation 5, PlayStation 4, and PC. It's supposed to launch early 2023. So far, the game, as I mentioned, is supposed to be dating elements with an action game, and the game is described as blending a love story with adrenaline-driven combat as you make the most of life during the apocalypse, scavenge for supply, explore dungeons, and go on dates. Save the world and find love along the way. It seems we got in our hands a game that combines, action RPG elements. You're gonna go to dungeons, you're gonna be fighting monsters, and it's very fast paced and it looks cool. And then it's having dating sim elements, and they seem to really highlight that. They're it's a dating simulator. Now, one of the key features, which of course is finding love, at least that's what they say. The impending world makes for a great conversation starter. When you're not exploring dungeons, you can choose to spend time growing closer to a cast of 5 quirky and lovable characters. Explore their stories and grow closer to them to unlock unique skills and spells you can use in battle. So the 5 characters are already shown in the artwork that we get to see at the end. We're not going to be surprised who are the 5 characters we will be able to romance. So those are already introduced, no surprises there. It seems of course there's going to be reasons for you to not necessarily focus just on one character, but try to know all the characters, because you can get benefits they say spells or skills. So combat wise, there are reasons you might want to talk with everyone, which, yeah, okay. Now, another mechanic that the game will have is apparently it's going to have a race against the clock mechanic. So there's a time limit to what you can do. And apparently it's described as this: scavenging, dungeon crawling, dating, where there's just too many things to do in one day, and each area has a deadline. Will you grow closer to your confidant in order to deepen your relationship and unlock new skills? Will you scavenge the wasteland for supplies? Will you grow stronger by training with your companions? Or will you ignore all of that and go to the dungeon the first chance you get? It's up to you, but remember, the clock is ticking. So yeah, cool I guess. There's mentions that there would be puzzles and dancing minigames. So cool. I mean, it might be fun as long as the music is okay-ish. Looking at everything here, this has potential to be something fun and to enjoy your time, in all honesty, especially from looking at the trailer. There's anime cutscenes. It's very fast-paced. It looks like it's gonna be fun. Or this could just be the recipe for disaster. This is one of those games that either will hit a home run and people are just gonna love it, or it's gonna be a giant mess because it doesn't know what it is. I think for me, my main 2 concerns are the race against the clock mechanic, because it can be something that, if done properly, works well. Example, Persona. it does it well. But if done bad, it can turn the gameplay and experience into a nightmare of decisions that just ends up being annoying to the player because you're just like, shit, I have to do this, but fuck, the time is running out and I also have to do this, but then if I do this, like, when it's not managed well, it's not fun. You have to be able to make the player feel like they're managing their time or they're using it to the most instead of feeling rushed. My other concern is also the romance aspect. How well will it be fleshed out? And like, how repetitive will certain aspects be? Like, a lot of games add romance, and some do it well, and others just add the romance just to say we have romance, and it's very bland or boring or badly executed. I will never forgive how they try to make New Gundam Breaker into a dating sim, and the dating sim was awful. Like, that sucked. So I am concerned if it's gonna be good. Like, are you actually gonna flesh out the characters? Are we gonna get like unique quests, dialogues, and actually feel like we are getting to know them? Or is it just gonna be very repetitive and you might do fetch quests, or you might be like, hey, find this item to rise this with this character. So I have concerns there. So far, we have only seen one trailer, and it's not that long. We do get to see a bit of gameplay, so the game does have potential, and it looks like it could be fun. And it seems a lot of people are excited for the concept of what they've seen. Of course, I do have some concerns, but let's try to be optimistic here. This could be great, interesting, and fun. But as always, it's not just about me. What are your thoughts, guys? Were you excited with Eternights, or are you not caring? Feel free to leave them down below. This has been Oblivious Gamer, and I hope you'll have a wonderful day or night, wherever you are.